as I was saying before I lose my thought, that is one of the most popular rappers in America right now. I understand, Brave.
And so my question is, John, is how can he mumble like that and the black culture doesn't say, ask him to clean it up so the kids can like get since they're following rap, wouldn't it be better to clean up the mumbling and at least make the kids know that you need to speak a little bit English? It's amazing.
Say what, Brave? What you say? What'd you say? Amazing, Brave? Brave.
At the know we grabby. Pack extra slappy. Don't I love my vegetable, extra cheese and broccoli. Don't young lay like kick like karate. Don't be with J Money serving it. Me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Brave?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Son of a bitch. We're done, man.
What is that, Brave? Brave, one more time for you, Brave, because the audience love this.
Pack extra slappy. Don't I love my vegetable, extra cheese and broccoli. Don't young lay like the kick like karate. Don't be with J Money serving it.
Man. You know what I'm saying, Brave? You understand, Brave?
Oh, hell no, I didn't understand what he was saying. All I know is it's obvious. It's obvious why the black culture is a tumor on the American body. It's like, this stuff goes on as normal. Nobody challenges it. The 70%ers thinks it's okay. It's like, and they always forget one thing. While they're busy hating Whitey to attack them with this music, they're destroying the minds of their children. But that's okay. Let's get Whitey and not worry about destroying the minds of our children. Let's annoy Whitey first. Go ahead, John.
So, Brave, this pop balloon, and as I say, Brave, blacks, they listen to music in private. In public, they are embarrassed about it. It's like eating watermelon. They love watermelon. They're not going to go to work and eat watermelon. They might ain't go to work and eat fried chicken because they didn't foreign people be embarrassed about fried chicken. There's nothing wrong with fried chicken, but watermelon, there's nothing wrong with watermelon. They ain't gonna eat no fucking watermelon at work. They ain't gonna eat a banana at work. But behind the scenes, they do eat bananas and fried chicken and watermelon, right? But they're embarrassed about these things. And the same thing goes with rap, their music. And Brave, I believe, and I don't know what you think, their music is like, a symbol of your culture. It's very
Yes.
A race that makes classical music probably is going to be different than a race that makes music about killing the police. Right? Would you say that's fair?
Yes, it's very fair. It's very accurate.
Now, I want you to listen to what these women...
Even the listeners, with the people listening to is an indication of your culture. Go ahead.
And so I want you to listen to what the women, the sisters, the women that probably have children and are looking to have children, looking to find a man, listen to what they listen to, Brave. And I want you to listen to Stan in the background as well. Oh, got on mute. Shit.
My name is
Courtney. Like, what's the song you like?
Just ask him what type. He's gonna ask him what type of music do you like.
Your favorite song right now. Yeah. When you get in the car right now, what you gonna put on first?
A podcast. Okay, let's start with your name, your age, and your occupation.
My name is Courtney. I'm 32 years old, and I'm a mental health counselor. And my favorite turn-up song is, what is it? What's that? My Mama's Soul. Now it's time to say congratulations. Work so hard, but got to vacation.
See if they've sent some rap songs.
Your name, your age, your
my name is Ashley. I'm 35, and I'm in tech support. My turn-up song is always something Boosie. Anything.
What's Boosie? Boosie badass.
Your name, your age, and your occupation.
My name is Ashley as well. I'm 31, and I'm an esthetician. I'm from Cali, so my turn-up song is always Nipsey.
Rap.
Okay, your name, your age, and your occupation.
My name is Tracy. I'm 25. I work in safety and compliance, and I'm in my Boss Man D-Lo era right now, so I'm gonna go with Mo Chicken by Boss Man D-Lo.
Rap.
Hey, right quick, John.
Okay, your name, your age,
Yeah.
Could you take it back just to where that the lady just previously said what she does for a living. I want to hear how she says that.
Yeah. Oh.
Name, your age, and occupation.
My name is Tracy.
No, not that one. The one before her.
I'm 31.
Badass.
Your name, your age, and your occupation.
My name is Ashley as well. I'm 31 and I'm an esthetician.
Okay, stop right there. Okay, esthetician. Okay, I'm not aware of that field. Is she talking about being an esthetist?
I think that's makeup. I think that's makeup and all that kind of shit.
Oh, because an esthetician is somebody who gives anesthesia in operation.
No, this is without the end. She's like,
okay.
They do makeup and little shit like that, eyebrows, whatever. Someone in the audience will know.
As in aesthetics.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Okay, your name, your age, and occupation.
My name is Tracy. I'm 25. I work in safety and compliance, and I'm in my Boss Man D-Lo era right now. So I'm gonna go with Mo Chicken by Boss Man D-Lo.
Rap.
Okay, your name, your age, and your occupation.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I am 26. I'm from Houston, Texas, and my favorite turn-up song has to be "Wanna Be" with Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla.
Rap.
Okay. Your name, your age, and your occupation.
Hi, hold on, John. Stop it.
Yeah, that's stuff. Right in time for you, Brady.
Okay. Now, here's a black woman who's got basically very ugly breasts. Okay. Nobody wants to see them. Don't take one out. I don't want to see him naked. I don't want to touch him. Okay. Nothing against that woman. What I'm saying is, look how much of him she feels bold enough to fucking show in public. That's black culture right there. They're the ugliest goddamn thing that got on them. They think they're supposed to show it because of the breast. That's fucking black culture right there, man. That's disgusting. If I was her father, I'd say, put them fucking things away. Are you trying to find a man or run them off? Go ahead, John. Jesus Christ.
Well, Brave.
Nasty looking. Got them all out for everybody to see.
This is how they have to compete, though, Brave. Honestly,
it still shows a lack of realism. It's like those things are ugly. You don't want to show those in public. That's kind of a deformity that you want to cover up when you're finding somebody that you want to respect you. It's just
I'm 35, and my favorite turn-up song, anything R&B, anything 80s, 90s, Escape, Total, and my occupation. I'm in real estate as well.
Okay, your name, your age, and your occupation.
Liam, I'm 28, and I don't have a favorite song. I'm from Honduras, and I listen to Spanish music, English music, anything.
Okay, your name, your age, and your occupation.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm a hairstylist, and I'm 31. I don't have a turn-up song. I'm an R&B girl, so I don't have one.
Your name, your age, and your occupation.
My name is Anaya. I'm 25. I work in nonprofit doing youth advocacy for youth in the child welfare system. My favorite turn-up song, I'm not really a turn-up person, but anything Chris Brown always puts me.
Now I want to point out that the rapper that she just mentioned, or he's kind of a rapper singer. He beat up the most popular black singer. And that's her favorite singer, a man who inflicted domestic violence on the most popular black singer, right?
Jesus.
So this is kind of where we are here. You understand? So these people are very conflicted. Like, how do you like a man's music who inflicted severe, violence on the black woman that she probably likes as well? It's just kind of,
Puts me in a good mood, so that's my go-to.
Okay, your name, your age, and your occupation.
I'm Natalia. I'm an officer of compliance as well as her. My turn-up song I would choose is "On My Mama, On My Hood." I look fine, I look good, and they all look good. So
now one
that's
country.
my turn-up song.
Okay.
Yeah, John, I think to answer to bring up the question of how can they be a fan of somebody who can be violent. John, I'm telling you, I say this. 70% of Black Americans are psychopaths, John. They don't care about anything but their putrid fucking self. There's no thought about anything other than their putrid, self-centered fucking existence. Go ahead, John.
And so one of the things, Brave, you know, as I say, one of the biggest is like cognitive dissonance is that the blacks can't admit none of these women can go to work because all of them seemingly work somewhere and play their music out loud without being, you know, embarrassed. Like these are rappers, dead rappers, people that kill people, women called Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion talk, you know, they sing songs called Wet Ass Pussy. Like it's such vulgar music that it doesn't even fit in the mainstream, Brave. You understand? And but you know, music is so central to your culture, and blacks have to repress it because they're embarrassed about it. If that makes sense to you, Brave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's embarrassment. I think they're smart enough to know that they're involved in something that's just complete insanity. So the embarrassment would be like they have shame. They don't have shame. So it's another motive. There's another motive there, and I would say it's something to it's kind of like a prostitute that's a prostitute and doesn't want to let anybody know. That's not about shame. She just knows that there's social acceptance. These people know that rap junk is, people's going to look at them like they're goddamn fools listening to it. But I don't think it's about embarrassment, buddy. I think it's about they're just kind of conniving. And they like the music. And that they like the music proves where their fucking mind is shot to hell, that they even like that music.
You know, Brave, even in social settings, there is some music that blacks will try to dissect rap music to say, I only like the good kinds of rap music. You know, I think there is some embarrassment of it among the blacks, even among blacks, because some of it's so degrading that a black man that listens to, let's say, some of that, you know, above board rap, he doesn't want to be smeared with it, even though it's close to his culture. And I don't know. I think they all listen to it. I think there is some embarrassment among the ones that can think. Brave, I want you to take a look.
That's a good way to put it. Among the ones that can think, majority of them, it's not about embarrassment. They know it's about fucking keeping a paycheck going and not looking completely crazy. But I'll give you that embarrassment among the ones with brains. Yeah, I'll go for that. Go ahead, John.
Take a look at this, Brave.
I was peeing in front of the school bus.
You just pissing
This is right here in Washington, D.C.
in front of the school bus.
What do you mean?
That's f***ed up.
Nigga, in the streets, if I was a dog, what the fuck you gonna say? Now what you gonna say? I'll run you.
I got to run that back for you, Brave. Pay close attention to what he's about to say.
You just pissed in front of the school bus.
What do you mean?
That's f***ed up.
Nigga, in the streets, if I was a dog, what the fuck?
You probably don't know where he's coming from with that, do you, Brave?
What the hell did he even say? Jesus Christ.
Let me play it for you one more time. Brave for the top.
Low IQ fucking animals.
I was peeing in front of the school bus.
You just pissing.
Brave, this is downtown Washington, D.C. I mean, downtown.
Look at the sidewalks, real nice too, and he's pissing all over them.
You see them bricks laid, Brave?
Mm-hmm.
I told you, when they lay them bricks like that, you in the high rent district. You know what I'm saying, Brave?
Yes. That's not. It used to be when you had brick sidewalks, it was from 80 years ago. Now it's because it's high rent district. I got it. Go ahead, John.
In front of the school bus.
What are you
pissing in front of a school bus as well? Children on the bus coming in for a tour.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And they're parked in front of a National Smithsonian Museum, Brave.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's f***ed up.
Nigga, in the streets, if I was a dog.
If I was a dog,
what the fuck you gonna say?
What the fuck would you say, nickel?
There you have it. That's what I'm saying. We're not looking at the psychopathy of the black culture enough. The word psychopathy really needs to come into play. Not violent, but non-violent psychopathy is still completely destructive to all around it. Listen to this fucking idiot comparing himself with a dog that has no brains, no sense, no consciousness, no sense of logic or nothing. He's comparing himself to a fucking dog. You think we ain't in trouble with fucking 40 million, or how many? 70% of the 40 million people thinking like this shit or apologizing for him.
These blacks in trouble. This is why I say I feel sorry for them, bro.
Oh, you're right, John. You are so correct. They are in big fucking trouble.
This is why I named the stream Brave. Sometimes I feel sorry for the blacks. There's no way out of this, Brave. No way, man. No way. You know, Brave, one of the reasons why, and I should call my mother up and let her tell you the story. She used to live with me, Brave, in one of my houses, and she used to walk her dog. And a young boy that's been on my stream, he said, I wish I was your dog. He said, you treat that dog so nice. And here's a black man here comparing himself, his behavior to a dog.
Tell that story. What was that about the dog again, John? What was that?
It was a very poor, mentally, missing boy. He's a little slow.
Uh-huh.
And he saw how well my mother treated her dog. And one day he was walking the dog with him. Something. He said, I wish, I was your dog or something like that. Like he, basically wish that he was treated as well as my mother treats her dog.
Yeah.
And I've never forgotten it, man. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And
how long ago was that, John?
About 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, he was a fairly young man at his time. He's been on the stream before, Brave. And I never forget that. I should call my mother, let her tell you. If you want me to call her, I call her. But I remember she said that, because matter of fact, I'm gonna call her.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm fully understanding of it.
Mm-hmm. And it just shows you. And this boy is going through some real life struggles. One of his brothers was swinging on a swing. Mom was smoked out on crack. He fell off the swing and broke his nose. Damn near died. They couldn't find his mother, so they put the children, him and his brother, in foster home. I think the daughter went somewhere, and she finally got them back. But it's just a 20-minute life. She recently died. But he was slow, couldn't read, but he would try, he would work. He wasn't violent. The one I knew, but that I was closer to, but and he reminded me of this guy. He actually had the same last name. But let's take a listen, Bird.
If I was a dog, what the fuck you gonna say? That's what you gonna say. I run these streets.
I want to pause for a second, Brave. A while back, I had a Howard University student. That's a black college here in DC.
Hold on, John. Let me say something real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
He thinks he runs the fucking streets.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking blacks, 70% of black Americans aren't fucking psychopaths. He ain't got a clue about anything about himself other than it's all about him. Go ahead, John. Fucking sick bastards.
There's a reason why he mentioned the dogs, Brave. You understand?
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna pivot for 1 second, if you allow me. I had a Howard University student up here on the campus on the stream one day. She was looking for Howard.
Hey, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com.
And I want you
to roll the tape.
They're in part of DC, so they have to work within DC. If they don't want to be within DC, then move the campus. I think we need to work together, and I don't think it should be a he or there or here. It's our community, and that's how it should be.
What? I'm sorry.
Privilege. I hear them what's going on in DC as it relates to gentrification. So I hear them as they say our community, but our campus and our choices, they're two very different scenarios. The Howard University leadership obviously needs to address this and make sure policies are put into place since there's so much gentrification that's going on in that area. But also, I'm actually glad that the local affiliate of Fox actually did do a piece on this because it does show the disgrace.
Let me get to the clarity here. What's going on here? This may be another clip here, Brave. Let's see if this shows it. And I'm going to show you why he compared himself to a dog.
To say, accusing neighboring residents of using the is silent so far about its official stance, but students have plenty to say, accusing neighboring residents of using the yard, which is the heartbeat of Howard University's campus, as an outdoor gym or a place to walk their dog.
The yard is for the students, and although everyone loves pets, I feel like it's disrespectful to have the pets just running around, especially when there's several parks around here. If they come on the yard and they're just walking through, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but I still feel like there are other ways to get around DC without having to cut through a college.
So, Brave, here in DC, the white people are very affluent, by and large. They have money. And they walk their dogs, and white people see college campuses as inviting. Does that make sense to you, Brave?
And supposedly safe. Go ahead.
Right, and supposedly safe. And so they walk their dogs on Howard's campus, and walking through on Howard's, it's like, oh, we live on near a college campus. It's by the fact it's all black. They don't really think about that. But the black boys, you hear him say, I don't necessarily have a problem with them walking through here or exercising on the yard. But I'd rather
campus. They're in part of DC, so they have to work within DC. If they don't want to be within DC, then move the campus. I think
you heard this outspoken white man say, hey, niggas, you don't want me walking through a public, a campus, then you ought to move your campus. Make it private, gate it up.
Well, quick question, John. Was there a complaint at all in the beginning about people not picking up after their dogs? Or is this just about merely walking across the lawn with their dogs? I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is, Brave, it's a deeper story. This Howard University is really a real estate play, in my opinion. All around it are white people moving in, paying $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 for a house. And so this converted a lot of their property into commercial space, right? And now they have a shortage of housing. I've explained here on the stream. So the black colleges shorted the college students in pursuit of money, right? By renting out or leasing the space to corporate. And they're charging too much in rent for the students to pay. That's what's happening. So now it just creates friction when they see these same white people moving in and moving them out, even though they walking their dogs.
They stay off my lawn because they're pissed off.
Yeah, it's pissed off. And so what I'm saying is that the white people here really, really treat their dogs well.
I bet they pick up after them too. My money says they do.
Brave, they do. These are very affluent people. They pick those dogs up, pick up after those dogs. These are very affluent people. And then you heard them say, we don't want them exercising on our campus. Imagine a young white woman coming out on Howard's campus, spread out.
Oh. Keep them nipples out of here. Oh, because that dude was talking about him. He was talking about whoever he was talking about like they're trash. So let's make it even. Go ahead. Now,
I had a black woman call in here, Brave. She went to Howard University and she said the numbers at Howard are like 8 women for 2 guys. So 8 out of 10 women. And those are probably, you see what the women look like. And imagine these young, cute white girls strolling through Howard's campus. Have mercy.
Yikes.
And so, as I said, the white people treat their dogs very well here. And they have carved out resources that the government could be putting toward the blacks, dog parks, things like that, for the whites. Primarily because that's where the whites go to dog parks. And so that is why he mentions the dog parade. He's saying, you crackers, all y'all care about is dogs. You let dogs piss out here. You don't give a fuck about the dogs pissing. Y'all create parks and all that shit for these dogs. What about me, cracker? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know if it went that deep, John. I think he was just being a goddamn low IQ fool.
He was being
it is reality. Dogs do go to the bathroom in public. I don't know if it was quite that deep, but I don't know. Go ahead.
Hey, Brave, I can show you. I can pull up article after article of blacks here fighting dog parks because they see it as another sign of gentrification. And it's all a fight for land and resources, Brave. I'm telling you. And every dog park.
With that in mind, that's going on. That fellow might have been referring to gentrification. You could be correct.
It's the same thing with bike lanes, Brave. Blacks don't ride bikes productively. You understand? Blacks might ride a bike to go get some pussy or to go to the store, but they're not riding the bike to work.
Well, usually the blacks I see on a bike, it's a 20-inch children's bike that they had to borrow for the trip. I'm not lying about that, man. You don't see any blacks on some fine ass fucking mountain bikes, knowing that they're a complete hobbyist on that. Usually, it's a grown man riding a 20-inch to get somewhere.
Blacks don't see bikes as transportation, Brave. If you go through Europe, man, you see white people hauling drywall on a bike.
Yeah.
But blacks see bikes as more or less recreational. Many people in America see bikes as recreational. But in the inner cities, whites see bikes as transportation.
Damn right.
Brave, I have a tenant that works on $20,000 bikes. That's what he does for a living. During COVID, I realized, like, damn, bike mechanics are a necessity. You know, he was considered an essential worker, quote unquote, right? And this whole cult industry of people that in a city like DC, they sell a lot of $20,000 bikes. Ryan's in all this, he'll nod his head to that. And so when they start carving out these bike lanes, and Ryan
in the audience, tell us what your most expensive bike you've ever purchased, Ryan. Go ahead, John. Sorry about that. I was just curious.
So Brady, so what I'm saying is, Brian, he said he used to have a $7,000 bike, right? And it's Ryan, right?
Son of a bitch. Damn.
That's this area, Brave. No one's riding $200 bikes around here, but
I mean, my bikes are like 5 or 6, but 7,000. Wow.
Yeah, Brave. Yeah, Brave. And so Brave, so the bike lanes are like dog parks here in DC and in these inner cities. Blacks by and large don't have dogs, they can't afford them. If they do, they mistreat them, let them all off the leash and shit. It's the white people that really, really see the dog as like a child. You understand? And that is the motivation that the guy was talking about when he said to my mother, I'm going to call my mother right now, because I really want you guys to hear that. Because again, this is why it goes in line with what I'm saying, man. I really feel sorry for these people. I'm not telling you a lie here. And I'm going to call my mother. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's see if it's ringing. Remember you were telling me, Janelle, what did he say to you about that dog? It was him and Brenda, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
It was a dog.
Say what?
They wish they was a dog that Roscoe had it made.
What do you mean by he had it made?
He had it made.
And so they
said, and they, like the way he was treated.
And how were they treated? How was Janelle treated?
I don't know about that, but Joe said Roscoe had everything he needed.
Mm-hmm. And he said to you that day, because I never forgot that. I don't think you ever forgot that when he said that to you. You remember that?
Well, it just struck me strange that he wished he was a dog.
Your dog, not just any dog. Your dog.
Yeah. Wish he was Roscoe.
Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let the audience hear that because we were just talking about a subject, and I said, that's interesting. I remember Janelle saying that about your dog.
Yeah, he loved Roscoe. Okay.
I'll call you back.
All right, then. Mm-hmm.
And Brady, I'm gonna get you on the phone with her. I want you to hear what she had said about segregation one day. I really want you to hear her and have a. Would you like to have a conversation with her about segregation, Brady?
Oh, if it was a good connection, I would.
Yeah, that's probably about as good as we can get it, Brave.
Well, that wasn't too bad right there. What I heard there, that was pretty good. That was pretty good connection. It's just this when I heard her talking about segregation previously, probably a month ago,
Yeah,
I
that
could
wasn't-
barely understand anything that was being said. It was
Yeah.
too quiet.
Yeah, it was a little too low. I've been working on the volume over here on this new machine here. But again, back to what I'm saying, Brave. Like these dogs in DC are treated very, very well, and the blacks, they see it, Brave. 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 Let me show you something. If you think I'm bullshitting you, Brave, if you think if it's hard for you to grasp, right? I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna see if you can draw, connection here. Let me see. Let's see. Here it is. Here. And here it is. I want you to listen to this, Brave.
District Dog says an employee was fired after allegedly hitting and killing a dog boarding at the company's Navy Yard location. A statement from District Dog says they were alerted about the incident on Friday morning. Officials were told a dog boarding with them was physically struck by an employee. The dog was taken to an area vet facility where it later died. District Dog says it is fully cooperating with investigators and the employee accused of killing the animal has been fired. Part of the statement reads, quote, "The District Dog's family is heartbroken over this incident and extends its sincere condolences to the family of the dog, and we grieve their loss at this profoundly difficult time." District Dogs made headlines last August after 10 dogs died in a flood at their Northeast DC location.
So, Brave, what happened here with this? This is a black woman, I think, that killed a dog. And there was a video of it, Brave. And I mean, she really did a number on that dog. She expressed a lot of anger in killing that dog. And it's what I'm saying. Like, you'd have to live here to know it, man, to see how well dogs are pampered here. Some of the dog parks is nicest parks you'd have in, small towns, and the blacks, by and large, they're striking out at the dog. And you saw that, and you saw the guy saying, "Hey, you let the dogs piss on the street. Why can't I?" Very interesting, Brave. Very interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And again, on behalf of white people that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground about what's being done to them, thank you, John, for bringing these issues to us because, really, you really don't think of the connection between blacks being frustrated over mere dogs, but I'm sure it's a reality. I'm sure it is because that shows how fucking low the black culture is.
That's what I'm trying to do.
They're frustrated over how well dogs are treated, and yet so now they're blaming dogs instead of white people for their miseries. Not quite. I get it. I'm just being exaggerated. But
In some extent, they are blaming dogs, Brave, because they're saying all of that money that you spent on dogs could be spent on us, right? These dog parks are not cheap, Brave, that they're building. You understand? These are not cheap dog parks. The city may spend $1 million to build a dog park. And I want to show you one more.
Considering the taxes they get from the residents, son of a bitch.
I want to show you one more thing, Brave, before I get out of here. Oh shit! Well, hold on. Let me give you an update on that last video I just showed you. Here it is. Dog. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. So here's the update to that video I just showed you. Dog daycare worker pleads guilty to stomping on a 4-year-old Shih Tzu, killing him. And Jovan Hawkins, as you can see here, Brave, is the one that did the stomping. The footage shows Hawkins leaned down on the dog with his arm extended, according to the officer. Description of the footage filed in court. One of the dog's reacts by barking. He stands up and says chill before leaning over it again. Swings his right foot forward. The dog heard yelping. But anyway, so he kills the dog, Brave, and so he pled guilty to that. So he's going to prison for that. But again, you have to think about, Brave, like working at one of these places. you're less than the dog, right? You're not
Well, yeah, but that applies for white workers too. And then people bring them dogs in there, they expect royal treatment. But yeah,
but if you're a white person and you work there, Brave, you know what the difference is?
you're not going to take it personally. You're not going to take it personal that you're lower than the dog. You're going to do your job.
No, Brave, you probably like dogs. You
Well,
understand?
yeah, but also even whatever. I'm telling you, the black people occasionally can probably take it personal that them dogs, like you say, are getting that treatment. Whites, like I said, white trash, white people, white servants know our place among the people that have money. Go ahead, John.
And I want to show you one. I showed this earlier, and I hope I can find it. Yeah, I know I have it. Yeah, I really want to get your, because this really dovetails into what I'm talking about here. Before we get out of here, Brad, let's see. I got it. I know what to search for. Shit, where is it? I showed it earlier. I'm going to describe it to you if I can't find it. I know I'll find it though. It was about some white people, a white guy. He went out into the desert and he left some water for for foxes. I think they were foxes. And I guess a white person saw it and said, let's see. I know how to find it. Yeah, I found it. And here it is. I want you to take a look at this, Brave. Let me know if you can see my screen. You can. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
Look. You see the white man? He's in. He's putting water. He's not harming anyone, is he, Brave? Is he harming anyone, Brave?
Looks pretty nice. Looks like a nice person to me.
He didn't do it. He bothered anybody. That's not poison. Nope. That's not poison, Brave. He didn't kill him. He didn't show himself shooting them, Brave. He just put water out there for them in the desert. Can you draw a connection with racism in this, Brave?
I mean, it'd be far-reaching. I'm not sure. Help me out. Help me out.
I want you to reach. Put your thinking cap on.
Well,